The National Electrical Code, or NEC, provides specific requirements for 4,160-volt 600 horsepower motor connection boxes to ensure safety and proper functionality. These requirements cover aspects such as minimum size, distance between phases, and clearances within the box. Firstly, regarding the minimum size of the connection box, the interior volume should be at least 900 cubic inches, which is equivalent to 14.8 liters. The exterior volume should be at least 1000 cubic inches, which is equivalent to 16.4 liters. These minimum size requirements are essential to provide adequate space for conductors, connections, and heat dissipation. Secondly, the distance between phases is a critical factor in preventing electrical faults. The minimum air clearance between phases within the connection box must be 1.25 inches, which is equivalent to 32 millimeters. Maintaining this minimum distance helps to avoid phase-to-phase faults and ensures the safe operation of the motor. Thirdly, clearances between the box sides, front, and back are also specified by the NEC. In the conductor termination area, the minimum clearance in front of the bushings must be 4 inches, which is equivalent to 102 millimeters. This clearance allows for safe and easy access to the conductors during installation and maintenance. Additionally, the minimum clearance between bushings in the conductor termination area must also be 4 inches or 102 millimeters. This spacing prevents overcrowding of conductors and facilitates proper insulation. Furthermore, the minimum clearance at the sides of the bushings in the conductor termination area should be 2 inches, which is equivalent to 51 millimeters. This clearance ensures sufficient space for insulation and prevents accidental contact with adjacent components. At the rear of the box, the minimum clearance behind conductors must be 4 inches, which is equivalent to 102 millimeters. This clearance provides adequate space for conductor bending and prevents strain on the connection. If there are multiple enclosures within the connection box, the minimum clearance between these enclosures should be 6 inches, which is equivalent to 152 millimeters. This spacing ensures proper ventilation and prevents overheating of the components. For the sides of the box, if there are multiple enclosures present, the minimum clearance between them must also be 6 inches or 152 millimeters. Like the rear clearance, the spacing helps maintain proper ventilation and prevents overheating. Beyond these dimensional requirements, the NEC includes additional stipulations for the construction and installation of the connection box. The box must have a removable cover that provides easy access to the conductors for inspection, maintenance, and repairs. The cover should be securely fastened to prevent accidental opening and exposure to live electrical components. Conductors entering and exiting the connection box must be protected from physical damage and abrasion. This protection can be achieved through the use of conduit bushings or other appropriate means. Proper protection of conductors is crucial to prevent insulation damage and potential electrical faults. The connection box must be grounded in accordance with Article 250.0 of the NEC. Grounding provides a low impedance path for fault currents, helping to protect personnel and equipment from electrical shock. Proper grounding is essential for ensuring electrical safety. The connection box must be permanently labeled with its voltage and amperage rating. This labeling provides important information for electricians and other personnel working with equipment, helping to prevent accidental overloads or other unsafe conditions. It is important to note that these requirements are based on the 2020 edition of the National Electrical Code. Local codes may vary, so it is always advisable to consult with a qualified electrician or local electrical inspector before installing electrical equipment. They can provide guidance on specific code requirements in a particular jurisdiction. To summarize the NEC requirements for a 4,160-volt 600 horsepower motor connection box: firstly, the interior of the box must be a minimum of 900 cubic inches and the exterior must be 1000 cubic inches. Secondly, the minimum air clearance between phases must be 1.25 inches. Thirdly, minimum clearances in the conductor termination area are 4 inches in front of the bushings, 4 inches between bushings, and 2 inches at the sides of bushings. Fourthly, the minimum clearance behind the conductors is 4 inches and 6 inches between enclosures. Fifthly, a removable cover is needed to access conductors. Sixthly, conductors must be protected from damage. Seventhly, the box must be properly grounded. And eighthly, it must be permanently labeled with voltage and amperage rating. Adhering to these NEC requirements is crucial for ensuring the safe and reliable operation of 4,160 volt motors.